I remember when I got my new car. I hadn't had a new car in years, and the first time I bought a new car 3 or 4 years ago, hadn't had a car in 15 years, a new car. The first person's house I drove it to was a friend of mine who's American. And I think, why did I drive it to his house first? Because I know that when I rock up, he's going to be genuinely happy that I've got that car. He came out, he's like, yeah, Ben, take me for a drive, man. This is a sick, yeah, I love this car. He was just stoked. But I know that there are other friends of mine that might be Australian, and I pull up and I say, check out my new car, and they'll be like, why are you showing me a new car? Hey? Trying to show off, are you, mate? Think you're pretty cool with that car. Do you get the idea? It's a different vibe. It's a kind of a different thing. And I could just imagine, it was a Mercedes-Benz that I bought. I could imagine driving around to my mate's house and they'll nickname me. Yeah, Mercedes-Benny, hey? Is that it? Yeah, think of Mercedes-Benny. Woo, check out Mercedes-Benny. But I don't get that with my American friends. For some reason, they're just happy that I've got a new car. Because in America, it's one for all and all for one. You get a car, I got a car. If you got the car, we both got the car. Do you get there's a different thing. So in America, collective bonding's great. If we're in Detroit right now and I said, good morning, Detroit, everyone just get up and go, Detroit, Detroit. But let me try it out. Good morning, Sydney. You realize we're like, what? What? I'm from Bankstown. Not Sydney. So we realize that there is an issue, and it is a different cultural thing. So in America, the speakers will train you to do, ladies and gentlemen, how many of you? Are we all having fun? Stuff like that. But when you leave America and you go to countries that have tall poppy issue syndrome thingies, it's a different thing altogether. So I was trained by American presenters, and I was very grateful for the training. Unfortunately, I had to unwire a whole bunch of wiring around this group bonding stuff because I realized that in Australia it just falls flat. And I do have the good fortune of working with some very big names who do come from America. And often when they arrive here in Australia and they ask me to assist them to tweak and modify their talks, the first thing I do with their talks is I take out the bonding. I take out the collective bonding and we go back to the individual. And they land at a bit better energy matching, and a bit better rapport happens in that first 5 to 15 minutes. So if you're wondering what's important in that first 5 to 15 minutes, everything. Your talk is like an aeroplane. And I don't know if you know, but the two most risky places of an aeroplane crashing are takeoff and landing. And your talk is the same. The first 15 minutes of your talk, really it has to take off seamlessly and it has to land seamlessly. Anything that happens in the middle would be forgiven, but that first 15 minutes, it's got to be word perfect. It's got to be spot on because we're making all of these assessments about you during that 15 minutes. And in the first couple of minutes, we're wondering, is this person speaking to me? That's what I want to know. Does this person even know I'm in the room? Do they even care about me? It's that whole Carnegie thing. People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And so if you start using the word you at the start, straight away that connection happens.